Hello there, it's John here from the shredderfxtrader.com. Just going to do a weekly analysis on some of the top Forex pairs as well as oil and gold. It's going to be quickly, we're just going to be going on the weekly time frame, and then later in the week I'll be going through some daily and 4-hour setups with our members. So here we've got oil. As you can see, oil's been on a bit of a bull run the last few weeks. As you can see here, it's possibly a textbook, a Elliott wave analysis going on here. You can see we had the 1, the 2, the 3. Now we're going to look for the fourth leg and then possibly the fifth up. We do have some divergence on the stochastic, so here we should be seeing a nice little pullback to this weekly trend line before we possibly resume further up, or if there's any other political aspects going on, we could see a decline in the future, in the coming weeks. Gold, we're sitting at a critical support level. As you can see, we're sitting on a weekly trendline support. If we have a break and a close below this trendline level, we could see it test the following weekly trendline. Euro USD has just been melting the past few weeks. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 weeks of just decline. We are heading towards the 50% retracement. We did close below the 61, and now I'm presuming that we will possibly have hit support along this weekly trend line, diagonal support. So here we go. We're going to be shorting it this week, definitely. So we'll be shorting it to the support level, and then from there we would either look to reverse to go back up to retest the 61, or if we break further, we could be heading towards the 38. Same thing on the pound USD. On the weekly, we had a significant close below and out of this major ascending channel. We had a retest, and then we had a further push last week. So again, we can see some major decline coming up. We've got the M formation at the top there. If we have the Fibonacci retracement, the levels, you can see that we've closed below the 61. Possibly we might get a pullback towards the 61 before we decline to the 50 or the 38. Possibly, and that would tie up with the diagonal support. Okay, this is the Aussie USD. We're currently in this trade, and on a weekly time frame, you can see we entered. Let's get rid of this quick. We entered amongst this. Obviously, we had the initial break. We expected the pullback, and now you can see we sort of consolidated between the 7600 and the 7500 levels. Again, we're just anything above the 38, we'd look to close the trade manually, and then obviously otherwise we're looking for a further push down to the 61. New Zealand USD. Okay, this pair obviously has been on a downturn for the last couple of weeks. Possibly we're looking for a nice little pullback or retracement back to the 61. And then further to complete this flag formation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we look to go up again. So again, we're just looking for some consolidation and possibly a nice retracement or a pullback up to this level here. USD CAD on the weekly. With oil the way it has been, we can see that we've got some nice movement within USD CAD, currently sitting at major trendline resistance within this bigger flag formation. So again, we're either going to wait for a break above this resistance level to go long. Otherwise, if we get a short signal, we're going to short it to the daily support level. USD JPY. Last week we printed a nice bearish engulfing pattern on the weekly time frame, so we could expect some further decline. You can see although we opened higher, we're now pushing lower, and we could be seeing a further decline because we broke out of the trendline support level, and we could be seeing a drop to the 38 or the 50 levels. GBP JPY, as you can see here, we have broken a close well below weekly support level, and we would look to then further down. If we have the see, we're hovering around the 61. We're sitting on support at the moment. We have a break below there, and we could see the 50 within the next couple of weeks. Another beautiful setup this week. Obviously, we had the last 5 weeks we've had a decline in the euro Australian dollar. We had a major break and a close below last week, and now you can see, as you can see, this current week we're having further declines. We should be seeing by the end of this week or next week, we should see the 38 retracement. Euro CAD, same thing, broke the trend line 2 weeks ago. We actually closed below, although we printed a hammer on the weekly last week. You can see that we retested the 61 and we're looking to possibly short it to the 50. Again, anything, if we have a break above the 61 and a close, then we would look to go long to the 78. Euro is actually getting pummeled at the moment, as you can see. Huge decline last week. Again, although we opened higher today, we are pushing lower, and there is some significant data coming out this week, which could see either a pullback to the 23 or some further downside. Euro British pound, again you can see we've got a nice flag formation. However, we've now hit resistance, and now we should see some further decline to the bottom of this triangle. Pound Australian dollar, as you can see, we had a huge decline last week, broke the trend line, pushed further down. We are heading towards the 23 Fibonacci level. So again, we just need to watch what we're going to do over here, whether we're going to continue with some upside. If you are going to go long at this point, make sure your stops are tight. Pound Swiss, again, we're sort of huge decline for the last few weeks. We are supported on the 50 moving average. You can see over here what a nice bullish engulfing pattern we had a few weeks ago on this, so we could see some possible movement here. We'll keep our eye on this one. Euro JPY, currently sitting near the 38 Fibonacci level. Again, if we get a break below over here, I would expect to see the 50 hit within the next week or two, and then we could possibly see some further upside. Same thing on CAD Yen. You can see here last week bearish engulfing. Now we should see some further downside to the trendline support. So that is it for the weekly analysis. I will be doing some daily analysis later this week, and then we will go through the setups on the 4-hour and 1-hour time frames. Thanks for watching. Head over to my website, theshreddedfxtrader.com, for more analysis. Thank you.